Authoritarian governments and authoritarian groups always, throughout history, kill peacemakers. Kill them. So I want you to understand that governments and institutions do not like people of peace. And I don't think anybody would believe that God wants us to kill peacemakers. I don't think that's true. But I'm going to give you all a little list in just a second of all the bad stuff that happens and that we need to be aware of, because this is a very serious conversation and a very serious presentation, because we live in a Christian society that turn the other cheek is the philosophy, but it's not lived. It's not lived. This is serious. You know, if you say no war, if you say no war in a society that values life, supposedly values life, we have 50% of people that think it's okay just to nonstop kill babies, whether it is in foreign lands or whether it's Planned Parenthood. It's all the same. There is no profit in peace. There is zero profit in peace. So why would big government, why would big institutions, why would the war machine even remotely get behind somebody on social media or in the newspapers, which are all owned by the same few people, and let them spout off unity and bringing people together? It affects their bottom line. They will never do it. They don't do it. Yes, they do not do it. It is a big, big issue. You know, if we just look at some of the people that were killed for peace, which we're about to go into this list of just people that most of y'all should understand, that there are dark forces in this world. We all know dark, bad people. We all know them. We've all ran into them. We've had the betrayal of friends. Dark forces inside of ourselves that say, I am right, when in fact, you are wrong. That happens a lot. Like, we refuse to see things as they are, and most of us, without a lot of practice, will justify anything to ourselves to make sure we were the ones that were right. It's okay. You know, it's okay. All these things, all this war, genocide, it's out of my control. I don't have to do anything about it. I don't need to call anybody. I don't need to write anybody. I don't need to do anything. It's out of my control. But is it? Are we accomplices in crime because our money, our politicians, have mass murdered people non-stop? Non-stop. The entirety of my life. There's not been one day gone by that my efforts to love this country, which I do, and the idea of this country, and the money that has been given to this country by me and my family and friends, that forces us to be accomplices in crime. I don't have any say-so, I would say, right? What can I do about it? I'm just little old Kevin. What can Jacob do about it? What can Tawan do about it? What can Dean do? Wayne, really, well, what could we do about it? And why does it even matter? We go to work, we go to sleep, we got to brush our teeth in the morning. I don't have time to think about all these other things. Well, that's all true too. But on a happier note, thank y'all for getting my book. I appreciate it. It's doing really well. And just thanks. Continue to support our work. I love Martin Luther King. Like, I just love him. Judge a person on the content of their character, not their color, not their creed, not their religion, nothing. The content of their character. Their character, not anything else. Peaceful. Man, if y'all have never listened to I Have a Dream speech, listen to that whole thing. I bet I have listened to that thing no fewer than 200 times in my life, and I just love it. You know, you want to bring people together because they have good character. You are not allowed to do that. You are going to die just like MLK. That's what's going to happen. That's what did happen. That's what's happened. How about Gandhi? Gandhi just wanted his people to be free of British rule. The sun never set on the British Empire. The British Empire stretched around the world, and they totally invaded and basically owned India. Gandhi just wanted peace. I want peace. I want all of y'all people that have invaded my land, y'all just go home. Y'all just go back to your place. This is our place. We want to live in peace. And he was civil disobedience. So we'll just sit and protest in silence and love all y'all, but we're just going to protest here. The governments only know force. It's the only language they understand. The governments are the largest mafia organization by far that has ever existed, and they have a monopoly on force. That's what they do. If you don't like it, they'll stop you, just like they did Gandhi. Oh, you want to be peaceful and protest. You want to bring Hindus and Muslims together and let them commingle and be friendly. No, we're not going to let you be peaceful. We're going to beat you, which they did. They beat him many times, and all of his protesters. Beat them to a pulp many, many, many times, and then ultimately killed him. Malcolm X. God, I love some Malcolm X. By any means necessary, people, we're going to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Any means necessary. And then he kind of calmed down. He kind of chilled out after that. He didn't like white people very much at first. He thought we were all the white devil. And what I like about somebody's character is when they can just start examining their life and their actions and their words, and they can evolve. And they go, oh, wow, why do I really think that way? Why do I feel this way? He started questioning things about his own belief system and why he thought the way he thought. He was Muslim, so he went to Mecca, and he was real surprised that he was able to break bread and love and be in harmony and peace with whites, blacks, Muslims, red, blue, greens, like all of them. And he was shocked, really. He was just at peace. He was like, wow, I'm shockingly at peace. You can't have a guy like that saying, hey, I was wrong. I was wrong. It's okay to love everybody. It's okay to love people of good character. Why is it bad? Because there's no profit in it. There's no profit in it, so of course it's bad. How about this guy, man? If y'all know anything about JFK, the two things that for sure got him assassinated, and it probably wasn't nuclear disarmament or even getting out of Vietnam War. It was shining a massive light on we need to break the intelligence agencies up into 1,000 pieces. We need to break our intelligence organizations up into 1,000 pieces. And he started talking about all the different secret societies that control our lives. Most of us don't even know what those are. And then he did the thing that he needed to do, but it's probably what got him killed. We need to get rid of the Federal Reserve. And most of y'all don't know what the Federal Reserve is. Y'all just think it's some branch of the government. It is not. It's a private institution. It controls our money. And most nobody knows what money is. Don't know where it comes from. Don't know how it's valued. Nothing. Well, you got to kill that guy. You can't have any of that. That takes away all the power. How about his brother? Of course you got to kill him too. I mean, these people were on a killing spree during this time. And it really hadn't stopped. Everybody just knows. But what are we doing as a society, this big Christian nation? We're just let it all happen. We just keep letting it happen. All the way up until right now. Why? Like, where's the backbone? Where are the big kahunas? Why is everybody afraid? Well, I'm not afraid. And Mr. Flowers, if you're watching, I'm definitely not afraid of you. And John Lennon, imagine all the people. Well, you got to die. I mean, really? Imagine there's peace and love and harmony and no. And if y'all don't know this, they really, really are government really did a hell of a job trying to get him out of the country. And whenever they realized his popularity was too large and he wasn't going to get kicked out, no matter what they did, well, there's one way to get you to leave, and that's what they did. And anybody thinks it was that little lone guy, well, you're out of your mind. You know, and you shouldn't have a woman that wants women's rights and advocating ending corruption. I mean, women should be in their place, right? Get in there and cook. No, that is not true. If you have somebody speaking up, well, first of all, if y'all don't know, most opium in the world comes from Afghanistan and Pakistan, that whole region right there. And if you want to end corruption, you're talking about a massive, massive dark force of people against you. You want to have women's rights and freedoms, and you want to have a woman telling you, oh, you tough men, oh, we got to end corruption. Well, she has to go. Duh, there's no money in that. There's no money in that. This poor guy, he's just an old Catholic priest. He was a good old fella. He thought it was, hey, it's all right if somebody's gay. The church doesn't need to ostracize them. Like, not like the gay rights that have been pushed on everybody. You need to teach kids about gayness in kindergarten. That's crazy. But if somebody is gay, that's none of my business. I don't care. As long as they're not infringing upon the rights and abusing somebody else, I don't care. I don't care what it is they believe in. As long as they are not harming another individual, good. That is what freedom and liberty is. That is the idea of America, the United States. My cousin was gay, and he never tried to push his beliefs on anybody, and I love the dude. I love him. Y'all are too young, a lot of y'all, to know who this is. But in 1981, he got assassinated. And why? Because Carter had him, and they were doing the Camp David Accords. Why would anybody want the Arabians and the Israel peace deal to fail? Why? Why would you want that to fail? Why would you not want them to be involved together and work out a better way of living around that part of the world instead of just continually killing each other and being funded by all the major governments who are the major mafias of the world? Why? Why do we do that? Especially as a Christian nation, why are we funding all this stuff? I don't think God wants us to be funding this. I don't think God wants us to say, oh no, y'all getting together is a bad thing. No, getting together is what we are. Why are we social beings? We were created to be social. The worst form of torture is isolation. Isolation. Isn't that right, Randall? It's bad. And this poor guy, old Clinton, in his blue dress. You know, the Oslo Accords. Wow, another one. Well, you can't have those, guys. You gotta die. Can't have peace. Oh God, and don't stand up against the Nazis because you got to die too. It's crazy. He promoted Christian ethics, and most people don't know this. Nazis were Christian, but can't do that. This is the biggest of them all. Governments killed Jesus. You can't have Jesus running around. Can't do that. You cannot have a guy run into the temple and start overturning bankers' tables. That'd be like JFK telling the Federal Reserve, y'all got to go. Same thing. Same power brokers, same power struggles. And I don't believe anybody, if we would not stop all of the other assassinations or would not just stop funding it, if everybody just said, we're not going to pay for any of this nonsense. This is crazy. We should have ourselves a good self-defense and we should all leave everybody else alone. Let's take care of our own. Let's take care of each other. Let's build strong communities. Let's build support systems where we can fight depression together. We can fight not only hunger, but fight the poisonous food that we even talked about last week. Because if Jesus was here right now, nobody would stand up to save him. If they are marching him into the death chamber, that guy's for peace and love and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. You just think about it. None. There would probably be a small handful of people, just like there were in the outrages of all the assassinations before, that would have even remotely went to go back up Jesus if he was here right now. That's a fact. And if you think not, you are lying to yourself and you do not know yourself. I'll be happy to call you out and debate you about it anytime you want, Mr. Flowers. Instead of assassinating a lot of people, we started doing this to whistleblowers. Like people that just start telling, the little tattletales. Hey, our government's doing this bad thing. So we make them either disappear, we put them into bankruptcy, we just squash them in a million different ways. And Julian Assange is one of them. What did this bad guy do? He just released some classified documents that didn't hurt anybody, except the power brokers in our government. So what do? You lock this guy up for a very, very, very long time. You make up lies about him, you discredit him, you hurt him, you hurt them. He got released recently. Hadn't really heard a thing from him, have you? Nothing. Why? Because he knows he only has a few years of this to walk this mortal coil, and I'm not going to push the bear again. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. Edward Snowden, God, it releases one of the most important things. Hey, we're all being observed in ways that you cannot understand. You cannot understand how we are being watched and surveilled. It is beyond our comprehension. And how we're categorized in all these different groups. And it's crazy. It's crazy. And now it's even way worse than back then with Palantir and all these weird sort of things. It's weird. And all the brainwashing and manipulation, like, oh, hey, you need to go do this thing, go do that thing. Yeah, and they do that because they know every single thing about us. And what do? This guy couldn't go anywhere else in the world except Russia. Like, that's scary. Like, that's scary for all of us. It's a scary, scary thing. This poor guy, he says, hey, Israel, this crazy country, if you want to say, some people will say that. Now, if we say that right here, we'd probably be kicked off. But I'm not saying that. He just said Israel's nuclear program was funded by the USA. He revealed that. So we funded their nukes. What happens to him for telling the truth? Almost 20 years in jail. For letting what we do with our own money, our own resources, our own energy, hey, let's get together and be peaceful. This guy's like, peace, brother? No, you told us for being bad you're going to go get locked up for 2 decades. Truth tellers are just outcasts. You cannot have people calling out the government if you want to continue to be a tyrannical government. If you want to be tyrannical, just like the government is being tyrannical towards us right now and practicing our religious rights, if you don't have people standing up, then you have nothing. You do have the ability to pray and meditate and find peace, but the whole idea of liberty and freedom is gone. The Gulag Archipelago, we're on the fast train. We're on the very fast train, and we can stop it. It's not difficult to do. It just takes an informed group of people. It takes being informed, going out of your way to have conversations with smart, reasonable people, pick up some good history books, know what has been before you until now. What else can you do? Poor Ron Paul, he says, hey, we need to audit the Fed. And man, they just keep trying. They have tried forever to discredit this guy. We are not discrediting Ron Paul. I had a good friend of mine say, God, he just sounds so great when he was running for president. I just love all of his ideas, but he just kind of looks funny. So if you don't have the right image in this country, if you don't look the part, if you look like a nerd instead of a big warrior or somebody that can speak clearly and wonderfully well like a Clinton or Obama or a great smartass like Trump, you don't get much traction. And why? Because we're just entertained real fast. We need to be entertained. We need somebody who's going to give us a quick reel. Oh, look, he said kind of what I liked. I'll vote for him. Damn, that's scary. If y'all don't know Cynthia McKinney, she was one too. God, I love her. She just vehemently opposed Iraq and just pushed as hard as she could to audit the Fed, and they just wiped her out. Truth to power. It takes courage. It takes willingness to lose. If you don't stand up to power and don't have the willingness to lose, then you've already lost. You've already lost. It's already over. It's already over. But it doesn't have to be, because we can promote honesty, integrity, having good character like MLK in his great speech. If we don't keep doing that, we will just enter into something y'all will never understand until it's in front of you. I don't want to be accomplice in crimes, and I don't want y'all to either. I don't want y'all to be accomplices, and we all are. We are all guilty by direct association. And what have we done about it? What have we done about it? Do we say anything on our whatever, however we communicate with whoever? Do we talk about it in the cigar lounges? Do we talk about it amongst each other over dinner or lunch? Do we ever even bring up any of these really important topics? Not just this, but there are a lot. If you don't, are you reaching your full potential and saving yourself and the country that you love? I don't know. If any of this resonated with you, then you're welcome to come out. We'd love to have you. If it did not resonate with you and you found it offensive, well, you're free right now to not come out too. I love y'all, and I can't wait to see you.